Hey YouTube, it's that dude named Dave and welcome back to my channel. You've been here before, welcome back. Before we get started, my price of admission. Like, subscribe, and the bell notification below. You guys are watching my videos, but you're all not sub yet. So let me help you by helping me out here and give you guys a few seconds to do this. Okay, we got those few seconds out the way. We don't do long intros. Today's video, we're coming back to Kendra G. She had a woman call into her show talking about the issues that she has with dating because of her hair. So we're going to get to the video and we're going to try to make this make sense.
Lola, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling you from Canada.
Canada in the building. What part of Canada?
West Coast, Vancouver.
West Coast, Vancouver. How old are you, Lola?
I'm 35.
35.
So beautiful. You have any kids?
I do not have any kids.
No kids. What do you do for a living?
I work in the hospitality industry. I'm a manager.
Okay, hospitality. And when's your birthday?
March 11th, 1986. I'm a Pisces.
Another Pisces.
All right. This is Lola in Canada. West Coast, you said Vancouver, right?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, 35,
Canada.
No kids, works in the hospitality industry, is a manager, and is a Pisces. Let's get to it, boo. What kind of man you looking for?
All right, here we go, y'all.
A spiritual man. A man who is connected to God, connected to spirit. A man who isn't afraid to speak, to communicate. Someone who uses their words, with thought, not just, aggressively or regurgitate kind of thing.
What?
A man who is family oriented. Someone who's funny because, I'm a bit wild. Someone who can take a woman with no hair. I'm going to be real with you. Not a lot of men out here are comfortable with the fact that I don't have hair. They agree that I'm beautiful, but they cannot accept that I don't have hair. And it's become a question of when are you going to grow your hair back? Or why did you cut your hair? Which it's fair to ask, but I've been in situations where men, later down the line are just like, look, this is not for me. Yeah. So I need someone who's strong enough within their own masculinity and understands that I'm a very feminine woman too, that this is just an outer experience, this is an outer image, and what's on the inside is who I am. I'm very caring, very passionate about the people who I have in my life. And I just want someone to recognize that, we all come as whole, but, together we can work together kind of thing. But you need to come whole. I'm going to come whole. Communication, I think, is the most important one.
Hold on. Let me pause here. I let that ride. You guys know if you watch my videos, I normally stop early. I let her cook to get her thought off here. Here's the thing. I want to point this out. Masculinity has nothing to do with accepting your hair. That is called attraction, ladies. She's talking about, I need to find a guy who's okay with me not having any hair. Well, you know what? You need to find a man who is attracted to this trait here. Here's the problem. Men can find certain things, say, oh yeah, she's a beautiful woman, she's an attractive woman, but the sexual marketplace, the fact that you're looking for a man to be, your boyfriend, your fiance, your husband, that is a whole different dynamic. We're talking about the attraction here. So you can say that you're feminine, but the bald head, unless you have a medical condition, it's not feminine. When we see the bald heads, we see in a relationship that if your name's Michelle, we looking at Mike. Unfortunately, ladies, let's continue. Let's see what's going on here. I got a lot more thoughts on this here, but let's see what she's going to say next.
Wow. I want to stay on the hair thing only because you brought it up. I think you're so beautiful and not everyone could pull that look off, right? I really love the women that faces are just like Amber Rose is a person to me that I like her better bald head.
Same here, yeah.
Like her face is just so beautiful. You have one of those faces where you can rock that, right? So you said that men, and it's interesting because we get men on this show that always say they want a girl with not always, but some have said no weave,
right.
And I respect it. Whatever you want, baby boy, that's what you should ask for. So when you tell me that there's men who don't want to date you because you don't have that, it's like, well, fellas, what do y'all want? One of y'all want a girl with a wig, and then she has, what's the situation?
You see, we got two adults on this show here. We got Kendra, we got this 35-year-old woman. Kendra's like 42, 43 years old, and still cannot understand just simple biology, just simple matters, not even putting two to two together. Oops, oh, that's why Kendra is literally totally off base. You say, okay, guys, if men, you say you don't want wigs and weave and everything like that, but here she is, you know, and she don't even have that here. Make up your mind. No. Can you find the balance, the mean somewhere down the middle? We don't like the fake synthetic hair or the wigs. I understand that there will be some occasions where you got to rock an outfit like that. You're having a bad hair day, something like that. But when it's 24/7, no. We don't want the fake wigs. We don't want the weaves. We don't want the eyelashes. And then you go to the complete other end of the spectrum where you take it all off. You see, no, ladies, men love hair. We want to see you in your femininity with the style hair you're rocking here. We don't want you completely bald unless you have the big C word. Okay, there's a medical condition, or all the stuff that goes on with Jada Pickett with her alopecia, right? If you have a medical condition, we'll work with that. We know that there's something that is hindering you from having the hair that you want. But if it's a choice, if you over here getting a haircut more than me, or if I go to the barbershop and next you know, you in the chair from my barber, we're competing for spots here. Like, wait a minute, this is my appointment. Sorry, hubby. Sorry, baby. She got me. Nah. We don't want the extremes. We don't want the fakeness, and we don't want zero. Can you guys understand something in the middle? Let's continue.
I've had men tell me like one of my hard non-negotiables is smoking cigarettes. Like it's a hard non-negotiable. And some men have been like, but you know, I could stop smoking whenever I want. And I'm like, yeah, but see, smoking cigarettes causes cancer. Me not having hair doesn't cause cancer. So like, I'm looking out for your health. You're looking out for an outer acceptance, like an ego thing. You know what I mean?
No, let me stop you there. It's not ego. See, women automatically go to this point here. Shame, insult, guilt, and need to be right. And if something's not your way, you want to throw it back on us and try to talk about our masculinity and try to shame us and make it seem like something is wrong with us. No, we're not attracted to that, ladies. There is the sexual marketplace, things that men find that say, hey, you know what? I like baby girl. I want to deal with this here. Or you know what though? Her style, this is what I like here. You see, you have to understand this is the dating market. If you want something really bad, then you need to do something to accentuate those ideas, those items, so that the man that you're looking for wants you. The same way that if a man wants a woman, he knows that, or especially us here in the manosphere, we understand that we need to come prepared. We can't be Pookies and Ray Rays. Otherwise, we'll get Pookie and Ray Ray results. We need to be on our job, on our goal, need to be doing what we need to do to build ourselves to be the men that we are, so that, of course, if we're looking for a woman, those women find those traits. Attractive, sexy, and then they want to gravitate towards us. The same way, ladies, you want to be in your femininity. You want to attract the man, not repel him. If men are telling you, we don't like this, then you need to look in the mirror and say, what's more important, this hairstyle or me being alone? Let's continue.
I mean, so it just kind of like even understanding that level of how a woman feels, how a woman is to be treated, that, you know, we are more than just our outer exterior. You don't know why I cut my hair. You know, before you ask me, grow your hair back, like find out what made me cut my hair, what choice did I have to cut my hair. Just kind of get to know me.
She's being defensive when she says that. That's a very, very defensive mindset. It's like, get to know me. You don't know why I cut my hair. I don't care. All right, I'm dating. I have options here. I'm looking for a woman here. If one of the main things I look at is visual, ladies, men are visual creatures. We have to be able to look at you. We have to look at you and say, hey, that's my girl. We have every time, even on your bad days, we need to be attracted to you in any way, form, or fashion. Even your off days, like, hey, baby girl got that tank top on, but she doing it for me. You see, you trying to say you're more than your exterior. The problem, though, is that men our visual and see the exterior. That is our DNA. That is how we are hardwired. You cannot change that. So if you're going to go through all this medical, methodical ideas, like, why don't you find out why I did it here? We don't care. We know what we're going to do. We're going to go on to the next one here. The only reason why we would accept it, like I said, if you have a medical condition and we know it can't grow back. When we know it can grow back, we're going to be sitting there saying, hey, why won't she grow her hair back? I know she'd look better if she did a different hairstyle. But you don't. Why? Because you're selfish. Let's continue.
Do you share that, or is that like your own personal story?
I share it. I mean, my mom's a hairdresser, so for many, many years, she just kind of played around with my hair. And at one point, I was just kind of like, let me just cut it straight, grow back natural, and enjoy the freedom of just being, the afro, the kinks. And I kind of just fell in love with this look. And I've been cutting it for 10 years. So it's a choice that I've made kind of permanently. Every once in a while, I will grow it back to see if I'm ready to head into another phase of my life. But I just don't feel that, for me personally, right now, I'm not finished in this phase of my bald life. I'm still enjoying experimenting and seeing what parts of me grow out of being bald, because, it changes. Some days, I'm not going to lie to y'all, I'm looking myself in the mirror and I'm like, I'm not as beautiful as some people think, and that it's because society and the expectations to find a husband and all that kind of stuff. But through, again, spiritual healing, understanding of myself, understanding of other people and perspective, and listening to other people, I kind of get where people come to me with their questions, and I have to sit back and think about it and be like, okay, you're trying to learn. You may not have asked the question in the most respectful way, but I appreciate it, and together we can discuss and figure out how it goes.
Okay, all right.
All that sounds like she needs therapy. Like, it sounds like she has a problem with her appearance here, and it's internalized to the point where that she has narrowed it down to strictly to her hair, and there is nothing around it. She is literally talking about my bald journey, right? Okay, you can go through your bald journey, but what is the end game? See, ladies, ask your question here. You, like this woman, you're 35 years old. What is the end game? Do you want kids? Do you want to get married? Because the clock is ticking. If you want kids and she has no kids, you need to get up on that saddle right now. If that's not the end game, if you want to explore this journey even more and you're prepared to be single, more power to you. Let's continue.
All right, so let's keep it moving, because you are not your hair. So would you date a guy with kids?
Maybe 1 or 2 kids.
1 or 2 kids. Do you want kids yourself?
That question is based on financial stability.
What?
At 35, financial stability is one of the reasons why I would have a kid. So I do believe, as a woman, I love my uterus, I love my womb, I love the gift that God has given me to provide life. But the person I have a child with has to be a good person, because, knock on wood, if we don't make it, I need to know that you're going to raise a king or a queen. Together we can understand that our responsibility is a child, and not sit and bicker over one another and who you dating and why you didn't pick up the phone and X, Y, and Z. So
she doesn't respect her womb. She does not know anything about reproduction. She has no idea what she's even talking about here. You're 35 years old. You know what that means? The way you're talking right now, hey, men and women in my tribe, even my haters, y'all have to agree with this here. The way that she's moving, we can ask kids. Let's axe it. It's gone. Finito. Cancel Christmas. Last plate at Thanksgiving dinner, it's already been finished. Okay? Because if you're 35 years old, you are already in the phase, and if you did get pregnant, geriatric pregnancy. At 35 years old, on average, doesn't matter what culture is, at 35 years old, majority of women have only roughly less than 30% of their eggs for fertility, for pregnancy. And then on top of that, those eggs are the oldest eggs. There are so many medical items that's going on here, and the way she's talking, I can tell she has not talked to her personal doctor to go understand everything that's happening at this age. Talking about you respect your uterus. No, you haven't even used your uterus. And if that decision that you are planning to do here, say that's okay, that's fine with you. But you can't say you respect your uterus where you're not even using it and not even understanding where you're at. Because at this point in the game right now, if you're just basing on financial, this is a huge thing. Financials is huge, but if it's financials in your hair, hey guys, she's gonna be another candidate. That's another single woman in her 40s talking about where all the good men at. Let's continue.
So,
okay,
I am willing to have a job.
Do they have to be in Canada?
No, not necessarily. No, I've traveled to and from New York, Los Angeles, Miami, worldwide. I have no problem.
Okay.
That's why you're single. You're never gonna find a man in a long distance relationship. I stop this every time when women say that, oh, you don't have to be in my area. Yes, he does. Yes, he does, unless that you are planning to relocate. So, you know, I was planning to move to this city anyway, and that's why I'm looking for men in this area or in the surrounding area here. Long distance relationships never work. You're in Canada and you're flying to Miami. Oh, you're just getting your buns glazed. Plain and simple. You're going from there to there for the weekend. That ain't working. All right. You're going from Canada to New York and back. You're just flying back and forth like that. There's never going to be any true commitment because one or the other party's going to know that you go home and I can live my life and do what I want to do and don't have to worry about the ramifications of you checking in on me or you sneaking up on me here because I know you got to travel and spend money to come to me or I got to spend that money. So if I'm spending that money, I'm going to be on my best behavior. If you spending that money, that means you'd run in the gambit here. It's a win-win for the guy who's a Pookie and Ray right here. That's why I say, never date someone that you're traveling to unless you plan on moving or you just in it just get your buns glazed, and either option is not a good look. Let's continue.
When was your last relationship, Lola?
Here we go.
About 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
Why
Wow.
did it end?
I moved to Vancouver to be with my boyfriend. He moved out here for work and I followed, and
Okay.
I just feel like it just didn't work out.
Why?
Maybe he had spent time here and found his own way, and then when I got here, he was already set in his ways, and maybe
Lost your volume, baby
me
girl.
catching up, or I don't know, but it just didn't work out, and it's perfectly fine. I just think also, I think communication, and he was a bit more promiscuous than I would have appreciated. You know what I'm saying? I know.
Oh no.
Yeah, girl.
Said he was cheating, but you saying he's stuck in his ways. It's not making any sense here. He got there and then he was stuck in his ways, and it's like, well, he was promiscuous. If someone telling a story about a situation that didn't work out, that's not adding up here. I'm sorry, women give so much word salads and never gets the point or throw so many things on the wall that you're confused here, right? All right, if talking about a man stuck in his ways, it sounds like that you didn't like the way he moved and that you didn't want to adjust. Somebody he's stuck in his ways. He's a man. He ain't gonna change. Like the way you're talking here, he's gonna do what he's gotta do. He moved for a job. That means that if he moved for a job, that means that he was elevating. Okay. I'm not trying to take the man's side completely, but when someone says he wouldn't change or stuck in his ways, it sounds like that you were trying to change him. And then at the end, you say, well, he was kind of promiscuous. I would never say that in a situation that didn't work out. I was like, hey man, we were together, I moved, and she cheated. And then we can get in, then ask questions that why did she cheat? Then we can get into that. But trying to state it like that sounds like that she came there. It's like, why don't you do this? Or why can't you do that? Things like that. I'm stuck in my bald head ways. You got to accept this here. She sounds like a pushy person. She's like someone who wants to get her way. She can't get her way. She's running from the hills here. And it sounds like if there was any promiscuous issues here, just the way it's moving here, I know I'm speculating, but she may throw that in there because the situation was probably over. He's like, I'm done with y'all. I'm keeping it moving. And then she probably found that girl at the end. Not right. But I've seen that situation happen too many times when the guy is done and he's already moved on. Let's continue.
Okay. So you said, where did you live before you lived in Canada?
Montreal.
So you moved to his location, and then when you got there, it didn't work out?
Yeah, it fizzled.
Aww.
It fizzled.
All right, let's move
details.
forward. Does the guy have to be in Canada now that you want to date?
You already asked that question.
No, he doesn't have to.
No.
Kendra always does this. Lord have
He
mercy.
does have a passport though. That'd be nice.
You gotta have a passport. What's the age range?
I like older men, so I'm 35. Someone 35 to 45.
That's a problem here. You see, you want someone a man between 35 and 45 years old. An older man is gonna want a woman in her femininity. And whether you realize that or not, you having no hair, we look at that as not having femininity. A 45-year-old man is not gonna look at this as attractive. Now, I don't want you guys to beat me out and say there will be a guy or two who's into this. Yes, I'm not saying all. I'm saying the majority. And you know why I'm saying the majority? Because she literally said that every guy I've been with eventually said, I can't do it. So her results are speaking to her. I don't have to say it. Let's continue.
35 to 45?
Yeah.
Okay, 35 to 45. All right, this is Lola in Canada, Vancouver. Am I saying right?
Vancouver, West Coast, Vancouver. But I like the way you said it.
I'm just messing stuff up here.
That's so
I was like, Vancouver, West Coast, Vancouver. I knew I wrote something. 35, no kids. You do want kids though. The guy can have 2 kids. Okay, Tops.
If he has kids, it's cool.
All right, he can have kids. That's cool. All right, let's do it. Let's do it, girlfriend. Give them your Instagram name.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do the Instagram. We're gonna end the video here. So, guys, let's recap here. This scenario, reason why I brought this video up, is an Achilles heel, not just for women, but for men. We'll focus on the women, but we can see the example being used here. The fact that you put so much on something that you have here, in this instance here, her hair, that it's becoming a deal breaker for having a successful relationship. Women need to understand how men move, what men are attracted to, turn offs and turn ons. Plain and simple. The biggest key that we can throw out for women here, if you watching my channel, any man will tell you this here. We are, once again, visual creatures. We have to be able to look at you. Now, I know women say, we have to be able to look at you as well. No, it's different for men. It is different for men. A man will sex you down, but will he wife you down? He will look at this woman here. It's like, oh yeah, she's cute. She is beautiful. I can say that here, but she's beautiful in the model sense, right? If you look at Victoria's Secret, those runway models in Paris, all those scenarios here, that you see all these beautiful women with different shapes and colors and creeds and things of that nature. But fellas, answer me this question. With all those models, I'll say the majority of us, we don't want to get with them. They have the beautiful look, but they don't have the femininity or the relationship or the wifey look for us the majority of the time. So women will see things like, this is me, this is who I am. You need to accept me. And you know what? The gods have spoken, and they're telling you now that you're 35 years old that we are not accepting this here. So ladies, if there is something that is preventing you from getting your goals, you have to look at that and say, hey, you know what? This ain't working. I really want this. And then I need to make these changes to get what I need. But if you are hell-bent stuck in your way saying that this is who I am, this is what it's going to be, and you got something or take it or leave it, then I hope that you're accepting single life. I hope you're accepting no kids unless you're going to be irresponsible and have a kid out of wedlock, and then have a baby daddy with the possibility of not being there. Person to look at is Amara Laraga. Okay, I know I mispronounced her name. She's on Love and Hip Hop Miami. She's a very beautiful woman from the islands, right? Got a good career going. But what did she do? She found a Pookie and Ray Ray to get knocked up with twins, and this dude's nowhere to be in the picture. Having baby showers that he's not there. He's in another country, you know. So you can go ahead and make these items that you want here, but then you're gonna make a decision to choose the wrong man, and then you're crying about it. So ladies, especially men here, you cannot be in your own ways too as well. If you realize that you're looking for something and the results are not happening, and then when we talk about it and we can see the reason is, then you need to make the proper adjustments so that you can get what you want. So ladies, understand this. Bald heads can look good on certain women. She mentioned like, yeah, Amber Rose can rock it, but here's the, and you're using that exception and not the rule. Amber Rose is a hoe. She looks good, but she is a hoe. I hate to say it, right? So we want to use an example of a celebrity and B, a woman who cannot lock down a man. She has multiple baby daddies now. Wiz Khalifa is one of her baby daddies. She got this other guy now, I can't think of, he's not even an entertainer. And you want to know something? This dude is dustier than ever, got kids by him, and he's been cheating, they've been in and out here. So we cannot use examples of women who are celebrities or bust downs, because you're not going to get the results that you're looking for in those examples. So ladies, understand this here. Listen to what men are saying, and then you can get the desired results you want. If you choose not to listen to us, that's fine. But if that is your response, just remember, prepare to live a life of being single and alone. And if you're okay with that, that's all fine with us, because guys, we do not want to hear you complain if you know what is on the table. Comment, like, subscribe, and click on that bell notification below. Let me know anything about my video. Let me think about this woman here. And guys, have you ever been in a situation like this here? But until next time, I'm that dude named Dave. See y'all later, YouTube world.
Oh,